of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
A beautiful day in our great city. Day baseball. Yonder Alonso, 34th double last night. A rookie record for the Padres. He's getting ready to face the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals have fallen 10.5 behind the Reds in the Central Division, but they still hold a slim lead over the Dodgers. 1 game and 2.5 for the wild card spot over the Pittsburgh Pirates. As we welcome you to Petco Park in downtown San Diego for the final game of this 3-game series. Padres winning the first 2, 11-3, and last night 6-4. And good afternoon, everyone, with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. We're pleased you're with us. Padres, a rare series win against the Cardinals. They haven't done that in 6 years. And if they could sweep them today, 17 years since they swept St. Louis.
Yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And with the way the Padres are playing right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. Every facet of the Padres game is really at 100% right now. That's why they're playing against the good teams like the Braves, Cardinals, Diamondbacks are in contention, and they're winning series. That's great for the Padres.
12 games above 500 since the All-Star break, and in this homestand, 4-1, hitting .298, averaging over 7 runs a game, Mark, and 4 of them home runs.
When you look at the 7.2 runs per game and those long balls, it doesn't only help the offense. That's great for the offense, hitting nearly 300. But think about what that does for the defense. If there's a miscue, they've got some breathing room. If the pitchers go out there and they're getting those 7 runs, they can give up a solo shot. They give up a 2-run shot, and it really doesn't matter. But the offense is really coming to life here. It's not just one person. It's not Cameron Maben. It's Carlos Quentin when he's healthy. It's Chase Headley. It's Logan Forsythe. Everything is starting to really mesh and come together in September for the Padres.
And this is a fascinating pitching matchup today for the Cardinals. Kyle Loesch has the best win-loss record in baseball, 14-2. He's won 8 in a row.
Well, he throws strikes, but he throws quality strikes. He's not wild in the strike zone. With a record of 14-2, are you kidding me? Why? Well, pinpoint control with the fastball in the inside corner, the 2-seamer, and he will throw that changeup at any time, anywhere. It doesn't matter. 2-0, 0-2, 1-2. That's why Kyle Loesch has these numbers, 14-2 for the Redbirds this year.
But the stars may be aligned for Clayton Richard. He's a father 5 days ago, a new son. Welcome to the Richard family. He pitches well during the day, 2.54 ERA. That's the 4th best in the National League. And how about pitching on your 29th birthday? Oh, my, here we go. And we're underway. Clayton Richard wastes no time. Already strike one on John Jay, and now strike two as the man on his birthday, 29 years young today, University of Michigan's Clayton Richard. And a foul back by John Jay. Padres 4-1 on this homestand. They've won their last 3 games, and they've scored at least 5 runs in each of the 5 games of the stand. Up the middle, tough play. Forsythe on the run. Oh my, that's a good play. He winds up at the shortstop position after his momentum taking him way over on the left side of the diamond. Here's the Cardinals batting order. Look at all the 300 averages. The first 5 men in the lineup. In fact, Freese is only a tick under 300. Jay, Carpenter for Beltran in right field this afternoon. Holiday, Craig, Molina. Then Freese at 299. Daniel Descalzo at second base. Pete Kozma, the rookie, just a handful of at bats. He is 6 for 15 for that 400 average. And then the pitcher, Kyle Lewis. So the Padres defense start with a very fine play by second baseman Forsythe.
Oh, that does wonders for the starting pitcher Clayton Richard, who is known for his ground balls that he throws out there. And Logan Forsythe, a great job. Great range to his right.
Interesting that Mike Matheny, the manager, goes to the left-handed hitting Carpenter against the left-handed pitching Clayton Richard. And he fouls this one away. Because Richard against left-handed batters this year, allowing an average of only 219. Right-handers 275. Lance Barrett calling the balls and strikes. Reynolds at first, Hoy at second, Joyce at third. Line drive softly and over the head of Cabrera into left field for a base hit. Not hit hard, but he spoons it out there for a base hit. As we look at the Padres defense, brought to you by Mazda. Amarista, Maben, and Venable in the outfield, as Carlos Quentin again will not start today. Headley, Cabrera, Forsythe, and Alonso on the infield. Yasmani Grandal behind the plate. A one-out single by Carpenter brings up Matt Holliday. 26 home runs, the 94 runs batted in, leading St. Louis. That one gets right through. Grandal still doesn't know where the ball is, and finally goes to the screen to collect it. I would think that's going to be a pass ball. It was right down at his feet.
Looked like a very catchable pitch. Looked like it was a fastball. Oh, yeah. That's got to be ruled a pass ball.
So a looping single and a pass ball, and the Cardinals have an opportunity to strike first this afternoon. And Holliday, an outstanding day game hitter, number 9 in the National League, hitting under Old Saul, batting .314 in day action. 2 balls, no strikes to Holliday with Alan Craig on deck. Chop to second. Forsythe over to Alonso for the second out as Carpenter moves to third base. That'll bring up cleanup hitter Alan Craig. A man from nearby Temecula.
That's a good sign for Clayton Richard right out of the gate. 2 ground balls for the 2 outs here in the first.
Pitching from the shadow created by that tower stand off to the left. That's in there for a strike. Now Clayton's been a good pitcher here at Petco. He likes the mound at home. 7-4 his record on his home turf with a solid ERA of 2.76 in his Petco games. Matt Carpenter was a third of the way toward home plate as he waited to see whether or not Grandal could capture that ball in the dirt. As you look at the National League leaders in scoring position, and Alan Craig leads the league with a .392 average. Pulled foul.
Look at Jose Oquendo, the secret weapon. he can still field that baseball. Move to his right and left. He was fun to watch. He was a good player back in the day.
Yeah, the great ones never lose those good hands.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't even need a glove. A ball, 2 strikes on Alan Craig. Misses inside, and that fastball from Clayton Richard, who greeted his first child. Wife Ashley delivered son Cashton 9 pounds on Friday night last. Almost born on his dad's birthday.
Yep.
Fly ball to center. Shallow. Out goes Forsythe, calling, and makes the catch. A little uncertainty there as Maben didn't call him off. So Forsythe at second takes care of all 3 outs. By your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Leading off, Everett Cabrera with Will Venable in the second slot. Then it's Chase Headley and Yasmani Grandal, 2 switch hitters, followed by first baseman Yonder Alonso. Then Logan Forsythe, big double last night, knocked in a couple. Cameron Maben, an RBI single last evening. Amarista, a 2-run triple. So the 6 runs batted in from the bottom 4 regulars in the lineup of Bud Black. So it's up to the first 4 to deliver the goods today. Kyle Lohse. How does Lohse rack up a 14-2 record?
I know, it's unbelievable. You look at the ERA, 2.81, not giving up a lot of runs. Why? Well, the pinpoint control with the fastball. He throws a breaking ball. Changeup is probably his second best pitch, Dick. And fewer hits than innings pitched. 186 innings, only 170 hits. He's just always around the plate. Good quality strikes from the right-hander.
First pitch is in there for a strike at 87. He's born in Chico, California. Lohse went to high school in Hamilton City, California. Slap to left field. Holiday to the line to make the catch. Holiday in left field. Here's the rest of the Cardinals defense with Jay in center and Matt Carpenter playing right field, his first start in the series. Freeze, Cosma on the left side, and Descalzo and Craig at second and first with Yadier Molina behind the plate. Carlos Beltran, the veteran, first 2 games of the series, the Padres able to hold him well in check. He was 1 for 9. That ball hit well by Venable to deep right field. That ball is carrying to the wall, and making the catch is Matt Carpenter. Venable flirts with a home run, but is out on a long out to right.
Yeah, that hurts because you hit a ball that far and that well, you should be rewarded. It's down. Oh no, that ball leaks actually. Middle outer third. Will gets extended nicely, and look where he catches this ball. You can see a shadow. He's right up against that screen where the auxiliary scoreboard is.
I'm just a firm believer. You hit a ball that well, you should be rewarded with a home run.
Well, if they move the fences in just 10 feet, that's a
Yep,
home run.
Yep.
I don't think they have to do anything drastic. 20, 15, 20 feet. 10 feet makes a big difference. How many balls have been caught right at
Sure.
the wall? And if you angled it from Petco porch out to the sandbox and maybe beyond to where that black backdrop is, 396, just 10 feet. It'd make a difference. You should, that you say, be rewarded when you hit a ball that well. Here's Chase Headley, and count goes 1-2 on Headley.
So, Dick, what you're saying is like maybe from here, if you extend that to there,
yeah,
and maybe put some picnic tables in here or something for fans to enjoy down by the.
Yeah, much like the old Comiskey Park in Chicago. Headley caught looking, strike 3 as Loesch has his first strikeout. We've completed the first inning at Petco. No score. First pitch, Olympian gold medal winner Kyla Ross, member of the women's team, did such an outstanding job in the Olympic Games. And Kyla's only 15 years of age. Visited Mike and Mark out in our Fox Sports San Diego set in the park at the park. Charming young woman, and she hinted she's going to try to go to Rio de Janeiro. She'll only be 19 4 years from now.
Well, what a career. What hard work goes into being an Olympian and then all of a sudden win a gold medal.
Beautiful medal, wasn't it? Yadier Molina, with all the 300 hitters in the lineup, his 318 average is best. 2-0 off speed pitch to Molina. Has matched his career RBI title this year with 65. Another chance for Forsythe. He must have a magnet in that glove. And then he throws it away. He had plenty of time to get Molina, and throws it into the Padre dugout. So that's a two-base error. And Padres committed 3 errors last night.
He had plenty of time. Okay, there's the first one, right? He found the handle and then worked it, rushed it, underneath it. And watch when the ball gets there, you still can't see Molina. He's maybe 4 strides away from the bag. He just rushed it, worked underneath it.
So a break for the Cardinals. Two-base error puts Molina at second base with no one out. And David Freese hammers that one foul. Had a home run last night, his 19th of the season. Fortunately, with the bases empty, that made it 5-4 at the time. Padres picked up the insurance run in the 8th inning on their way to a 6-4 win. Strike 2. They play Freeze to hit to right. World Series hero and former Padre property. Struck him out. He does do that 113 times. He has struck out. That's the most of any Cardinal.
Now going up the ladder with the fastball, always a good pitch, but the key is you have to get it well out of the strike zone, and he fished after it.
How about our Lexus keys to the game today, Mark?
Well, sweep up the feathers, right? Try to sweep these Redbirds as they are here for the last time in 2012. It's been a great series so far. And then Richard returns to form. So much going on, as you mentioned earlier, Dick. His birthday today. He's the giver of life. He had a son that brought into this world. He's been throwing the ball extremely well. What a great way for him to wrap up this series with a victory.
$13 would be the lucky number for Richard as he goes for that 13th win. He's been a workhorse all season long. This is his 30th start. That's a strike. And he's done well against St. Louis in his career. He's 2-0 lifetime against the Birds with a 3.13 ERA. Ground ball left side. Cabrera is going to go to third, and out is Molina. Molina, violation of a basic baseball principle, running to third with a ball hit in front of him, and that was too easy for Cabrera to erase the lead runner.
Oh yeah, he should know better than that. Boy, out by about 3 steps. And you know what? That's kind of a risk play for Cabrera as well. A, he's throwing on the run. He didn't have his feet planted. And 2, if he throws it up the backside of Molina, he slides into third base safely. But it works out for the Padres.
Takes the man out of scoring position. And Descalso is at first base and fouled away. Pete Cosma. Impressed with the way this young guy swings the bat in this series as he's just been called up. 6 for 15. Had a single last night and a line out. Had a 2-run triple in game 1 of the series, as well as 2 other singles. Bounces in. A new baseball goes out to Richard. Clayton in his last 17 starts, 10-5.
Been great.
And the count goes 2-1 with the pitcher Kyle Loesch on deck. Off day tomorrow, folks, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the Colorado Rockies will be in town. Lots of activity over the weekend. Three and 1. Friday night fireworks after the game with Andrew Kashner going for his 4th win, and Kashner a birthday yesterday as well. 26. Then on Saturday, of course, Jerry Coleman festivities. Ground ball caught by Headley, took it out of the hole and gets the out the short way. And the Padres work around a 2-base throwing error by Forsythe.
scoreless. And Houston Street, just an update on him as he continues to try to recover from his strained calf. He threw a simulated game before the game today. Street threw all of his pitches. He also practiced fielding his position, taking grounders, throwing to first, and then also after the game did some light running as well. Initial impressions that Buddy Black had afterward were positive. Street said he felt good as he continues to work through it. Let's send it back upstairs.
Thanks, Layla. That's good news. Houston Street edging toward becoming active once again as Yasmani Grandal leads off the second inning, fouls that one away from Kyle Loesch.
You got to be careful with that calf muscle. Those quick spurts off the mound, it can come back to bite you if it's not 100%. So we wish him well.
2 strikes now on Grandal. 271 is average. Fouls it back. Well, Grandal, Maben, and Alonso are a little personal battle going in the personal home run department. All three have 7 home runs. We head down the stretch.
It'd be nice for all 3 of them to finish up in the double digits,
yes,
wouldn't it?
It really would. Fly ball on the infield. Coasting out into the outfield is Cosma, the shortstop, for the out. And one away here in the second. Yonder Alonso had a most unusual night in the victory last night. He walked 3 consecutive times, once with the bases loaded, and then delivered his 34th double the last time up that led to an insurance run. Loesch, 116 career wins. And just like we talked an evening ago about young Trevor Rosenthal, a long shot draftee, so was Loesch. He was picked the 29th round. The 862nd player selected. Here's a man with 116 big league wins. So some scouts saw something in this right-hander. He was absolutely right.
Yeah, originally drafted by the Cubs back in the day, 1997, then went on to the Twins. But he's really evolved into a really good big league pitcher. Imagine being on a staff with Carpenter, Wainwright, and then throwing to a catcher like Molina. I mean, the work ethic of Wainwright and Carpenter is just unbelievable. So he's learning a lot from those teammates.
Fouled at the plate, and the count is 2-2. The 14-2 start, to put that in perspective, because that's a startling record for the Cardinals. The only better start for a pitcher was back in the War years, 1944, when Ted Wilkes started 14-1.
Wow.
So this is just a remarkable season for Kyle Loesch. He led the Cardinals in wins last year with 14. So it's not coming just out of nowhere. Swing and a miss, and that's his second strikeout. Alonso down swinging, and that'll bring up Logan Forsythe.
This looks like a high cutter or a high slider. We'll call it a high slider. Up in the zone, it's not going to break as much if it's down, but Alonso likes it out of the hand. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Couldn't get up to it.
Yeah.
Forsythe in a 5-game hitting streak, and has hit safely in 13 of the last 14. Raising his average up to a very respectable 288. That ball is drilled to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and Forsythe will touch them all. Number 5 for Logan Forsythe. That was a rocket to left off the bat of the second baseman.
0-1 fastball down and in, and Logan Forsythe has proven to us over the course of the season that he can spin on that fastball in, and there was no doubt about it. That's in somebody's nachos out there. Smiles all the way around. Keep on swinging it, kid.
Cameron Maben, the batter. He takes outside, ball 1. So the 2-out home run by Forsythe, and for the first time in the 3-game series, the Padres score first. Cardinals took 2-0 leads in each of the first 2 games.
Boy, he is quick to the baseball.
It is a compact stroke.
Yes, it is. He is a ball player.
Yeah, you like all the things he says too, and he's constantly driving himself to be better. 2-1 to Maben. Had a key hit last night, a 2-out RBI in the 8th inning that gave the Padres and Luke Gregerson a little comfort room from 5-4 to 6-4. 2-2. Ground ball toward the hole, backhanded by Kozma. And Maben out 6-3, but the Padres on Forsythe's lightning bolt to left have taken a 1-0 lead here in the second. Working with the 1-0 lead, Richard delivers a strike to pitcher Kyle Loesch with Jay and Carpenter to follow in the St. Louis third. Forsythe giving the Padres a 1-0 lead with his 5th homer of the year. Loesch 5 for 56 this season. There are his career numbers. Get the barrel of the bat on the ball occasionally.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He's got a pretty darn good swing. Clayton Richard tried to come inside with a fastball there. She's saying you got to use your other hand. I mean, you didn't catch that one right.
Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 2 for Clayton Richard. So on Saturday, 5:30 for game time, 4:30 for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. We're invited to come down and sit on the dais or whatever the platform they're going to have for Jerry Coleman. There'll still be some sun. I think I'm going to go to the hat look. A little fedora. Do you want it? Shall we do that?
I will gladly wear one.
Yeah, I think
I'll break one out.
All right. Anything for the Colonel. Prepared a little essay that covers Jerry's importance to our game, to our country, and to San Diego. Jay, chopper to first. Alonso patiently waits and takes it to the bag for the 2nd out. And speaking of the Colonel, don't miss Jerry Coleman Day, presented by Scripps Health on Saturday, 5:35 game time. Join the Padres in celebrating the legendary military baseball and broadcasting career of our beloved Jerry Coleman. We invite you to be in your seat early. Come out at least 30 minutes before the game for the pregame ceremony where they'll unveil the statue of Coleman before the Padres play the Rockies. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or 619-795-5555. Matt Carpenter dropped a single over the shortstop Cabrera's head his first time, the only St. Louis base hit. 1-1.
Yeah, Carpenter's been the pinch hit extraordinaire for Mike Matheny off the bench this year. 11 RBI pinch hits for him. Getting the start today.
Low, 2-1. Matt Holliday on deck. Cardinals winning the World Series last year. Their 11th World Championship. 3-1. Beating Texas dramatically, winning games 6 and 7. And they did it as a wild card, so they know well the importance of, and David Freese, the MVP, of getting into the playoffs, wild card or not. And the count goes full now on Carpenter.
Yeah, that's why it was so frustrating in 2010. You know, it got done that last day of the season. The Giants get up getting in, and they end up winning the World Series.
Right. Padres a win away from getting into a playoff themselves. And that's after 2009. The Padres had such a terrific second half of the season, and this season is mirroring the 2009 season. Cabrera across to Alonso, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Richard. We go to the bottom of the third. Amarista, Richard, and Cabrera coming up. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Not too far from the shores of the Pacific, Petco Park. Alexi Amarista leads it off, hitting .257, a big 2-run triple last night. That 5-run fourth inning. Off speed, misses, 1-1. The home run by Forsythe was the 17th given up by Loesch this year. He leads the Cardinals in that category, throwing the long. Foul tip. 1-2. Changeup.
There's that changeup he'll throw anytime, Dick. Coming right after you.
Amarista again starting in left field for Carlos Quentin as Quentin nurses that sore knee.
You know how they say timing is everything? Well, Kyle Loesch is a free agent at the end of this year.
Oh my. This banker will like that. Fly ball center field, hit pretty well. Jay has to give some ground to collect the first down. And that'll bring up Clayton Richard. So the pitching matchups for the Colorado series Friday night, 6 o'clock, the start for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. It'll be Cashner against Tyler Chatwood. He's 4-4, and then fireworks after the game. Saturday, Jerry Coleman night. First pitch strike to Clayton. Casey Kelly gets another start against Drew Pomerantz, no relation to Mike. He's 1-8. So is Mike. Fouled back. And on Sunday, Military Day, saluting the U.S. Air Force, it'll be Andrew Warner 2-1 against Alex White. And White had a 3-run homer in his last start. That's in there. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Kyle Loesch. Top of the order, Everett Cabrera.
Well, Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout, and with Clayton Richard getting a little rest right now. But you see these Cardinal hitters, maybe Mark, trying to disrupt the timing of Clayton.
Yeah, you know what, they have to, and Clayton Richard understands that timing is one of his biggest keys, and that just understanding too is strike 1, strike 2, and Clayton Richard has a lot on his mind with that new baby as well.
I don't imagine there's been a lot of sleep this week. The excitement of the newborn.
Yeah, not only physically but mentally. What a week for Clayton and Ashley. It takes a lot out of you.
Cashton Richard, 9-pounder.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Pretty good athletic genes, a young man from Clayton, and of course Mom Ashley was an outstanding volleyball player. They met at the University of Michigan. Richard has trouble even sitting down in the home half of the innings.
He's always on the move. Always working out.
It's almost like, hey, just give us 1 or 2 outs. I want to get back out there and pitch again. Get this thing over with. Barrel-chested former quarterback. Southland Technology tracking the pitches.
Only 1 pitch, maybe 2 pitches out of the zone from Loesch. He's consistently around that strike zone. In the 186 innings pitched coming into this ballgame, only 34 walks.
34 walks. Edinson Volquez already at 100.
Right.
Another strikeout. 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Loesch, and he has struck out 4 through 3. Padres lead it 1-0.
1-0 Padres. Let's take a quick look at our AT&T trivia question for this afternoon. Tony Gwynn set the club record 1997 most doubles in a single season. With how many? How many? 2 baggers for Gwynn to set the Padre record. We'll give you the answer in the half inning. Matt Holliday leads it off. Pops it up. Forsythe glasses down. Ooh, staggering under it to make the catch. Forsythe, a busy man here.
Yeah.
The early innings, a home run. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's been involved in 6 of the outs. Yeah, he didn't have glasses, and that's why he was shading his eyes with his hand.
Good call. Just noticed that.
I wonder why no glasses. Alan Craig, he popped to second his first time. Bounces that one wide to third.
You know, I always look at the shadows of the players at, you know, any day game. When you look at the shadow, like for instance Logan Forsythe, you see the shadow, how it's kind of going that way, right? So, you know, the shorter the shadow, the more the sun is overhead, so that means it would be more difficult.
But you know, the shadow knows.
Oh, the shadow always knows.
The shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of men? The shadow.
What year was that? Was that a radio show?
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, that was definitely radio listening. Yeah.
Huddle around the radio on a winter's night.
Little inner sanctum, the mystery, the creaking door. 1-2 the count. I'm always amused by the young people say, well, you mean your whole family sat in the living room and listened to the radio with no picture or anything? You just sat there and listened to the radio? I said, oh, but we just saw wonderful pictures in our own memory and our imagination. Swing and a miss. As Richard takes care of Alan Craig, that's the 3rd strikeout for the Padre left-hander. Nice slider. And that brings us to our Saquon Vacation strikeout highlight.
And that's exactly where he wanted to throw it, Dick, for the strikeout. Good slider, down and in. If you make contact on that pitch, it's a foul ball over near the Cardinal dugout.
Yadier Molina safe on the throwing error by second baseman Forsythe this first time up. And a ground ball to Cabrera. Richard mowing them down. 3 up, 3 down for the second consecutive inning. Middle of the 4th. 1-0 San Diego. Kyle Loesch, but it was a long one, a home run for the 1-0 lead. Time now for our AT&T trivia question answer. Tony Gwynn set the club record. Most doubles in a season back in '97. How many? I'm guessing 49. Wow.
You are on it.
I'm hot.
That's awesome. That's wearing out the gaps and wearing out the lines. Man, hey, Mark Sweeney, nothing wrong with hitting doubles, right? If you're not really a home run hitter, nothing wrong with those 2 baggers.
No, nothing wrong with doubles. And great guess, Dick. That was amazing.
Well, my
Those statisticians.
That Swiss banker threw that in, no extra charge.
I love that.
Venable almost pulled one out of here his first time. Sent right fielder Carpenter right to the auxiliary scoreboard to capture his deep drive. And it's Headley and Grandal in the 4th inning. I think you said earlier when we asked you, Mark Sweeney, that you actually preferred playing at night over day.
Yeah, you know, I usually played day games because that's when the regular guys took off days, and I'd get those at bats. But I like the night games. You can see it a lot better. Plus, you don't have to worry about the shadows.
High fly ball into left center. Holiday calls off Jay, and the left fielder squeezes the first down.
I think the big thing, Dick, you know, when you talk about the shadows, and Mark talked about it with Logan Forsythe, just from the hitter's perspective, you get the shadows in between the plate, but you also get the shadows on the batter's eye. That definitely affects seeing the spin of the baseball.
And half of the batter's eye in shadow, and the right side sunshine, the left side in shadows. Since his grand slam dramatic game winner on Sunday, Headley's gone 1 for 9 without an RBI. Infield hit last night. And Loesch quickly in front on the count, 2 strikes. Of all the major league parks, and you had a pretty good sampling, Mark Sweeney, what had the best sight lines for the hitter?
Well, I thought Colorado's the best. You see that batter's eye, and it's so dark, that dark green, but it's also deep back there where you didn't see too many shadows on that. And what I meant about the spin of the baseball, usually when you get the shadows, it's very dark, and you don't pick up the rotation of the baseball. And when you don't pick up the rotation, very hard to find that, especially with Kyle Loesch today moving the baseball like he does.
That's his 5th strikeout. And in this situation with the shadow carving a line between the mound and home plate, especially those breaking pitches that kind of go through like watching those old time slides, you know,
sure.
Or the cards where you flip the corner and
yeah,
made your own motion picture. Loesch is a fast worker, just like Clayton Richard. Grandal popped to short his first time.
Yeah, Loesch goes from the extreme first base side of that pitching rubber. His toe is in contact.
3-0. Hasn't walked a man. He struck out 5. He doesn't walk many. In fact, coming into the game, 1.65 walks per 9 innings. That's 3rd best in the National League. That's a strike. 3-1 behind Cliff Lee and Bronson Arroyo. You got to hit your way on against Loesch.
There's that foot. Remember, the foot just has to be in contact, not the whole foot, just a portion of that foot. And his toe is touching that rubber.
Nub to 3rd. Freeze across the diamond. And there's another 1-2-3 inning. These 2 pitchers matching each other. 1-2-3, 1-2-3.
presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. For more information, visit Lexus.com.
4 quick innings in the book as Clayton Richard goes to work in the 5th inning. He's retired the last 9 Cardinals in order. Foul ball, jamming David Freese, who will be followed by Descalso and Cosma. So Richard with 9 outs in a row, and Loesch 7 straight since Forsythe homered off him. Another foul.
You know, even if I wasn't a quick worker on the mound with the way the shadows are, I would be picking up the pace quite rapidly right about now.
Take advantage of the conditions. Takes a little off. And it's 1-2. Neither pitcher has walked a man. And rapid fire approach by both Loesch and Richard. Headley for the first down. Kennan. That's 10 in a row for Clayton Richard. Well, you picked the uniform. Now you get to watch the game. Verizon presents 90s Night this Friday night. Watch the Padres wear their 97 pinstripes as they host the Rockies and get to the park early for a 90s themed party. It starts at 5 in the park at the park, and then after the game, the fireworks show as well. Bounced by the mound. Forsythe swoops in to throw out. Descalso. Oh, 2 quick outs.
You know, I like about Forsythe on that play. He knew he had plenty of time. He caught that ball on the run. His momentum was going towards third base, but he did like a little side crow hop, making sure that his feet were underneath him so he could fire it over to first base for a strike.
That's 8 ground ball outs for Clayton Richard. Pete Cosma, he grounded out. First time. Over but low, 2-0 with the pitcher Loesch on deck. And a rare 3-0 count from Clayton Richard. Loesch fell behind Grandal 3-0 for the first batter to go 3 balls on Loesch, but he was able to pitch around that, ground him out. And on 4 pitches, Cosma, the rookie shortstop, is on first base. First walk of the game. Doesn't make Richard happy. He'd like to have gotten Cosma and forced Loesch to lead off the next frame.
Yeah, it's all about adjusting and bouncing back. Got the number 9 spot here. Yeah, that's right, Dick. That would be nice to get him out and then have the pitcher spot, but get this guy out quickly and get back in that dugout.
Another chance for Forsythe. Flips it to Cabrera. And another quick inning. We're at the halfway mark in this one at Petco. 4.5 in the books, and the Padres lead it 1-0. family.
He's huge.
Yonder Alonso with his 34th double last night to set the Padre rookie record in that category, passing Benito Santiago 25 years ago. So Alonso, Forsythe, and Maben here in the last of the 5th inning in a pitcher-dominated game. Padres 1 run on 1 hit. Forsythe's home run. The Cardinals no runs, 1 hit. A bloop single by Carpenter back in the 1st inning. And here is the record setter last night as he drives it up the alley in left center field, number 34.
Is that not vintage Yonder Alonso going the opposite way sharply, splitting the gap there?
And then with 2 outs, Cameron Maben brought him in with a sharp single through the whole left side, and the Padres went on to win it 6-4. And they keep building their home record now, 37-34 on the season at Petco. Line drive, base hit. Over is the right fielder Carpenter to play it back in, and Alonso as the second Padre hit, leading off here in the 5th. And Logan Forsythe, no doubt about this one. He golfs this one on a line into the Western Metal Supply Company building, and the Padres with a 1-0 lead. Number 5 for Forsythe.
We'll have to see if Kyle Lowe stays away. The ball was down and in to Logan Forsythe.
Big hole right side with the first baseman Craig holding on the runner.
You know, Mark and Dick, we always talk about Logan Forsythe, and the reason why he gets those pitches in, he's been using the middle of the field, driving line drives to right center. They're going to try to jam him in there, and he's going to get better pitches to try to drive out of the ballpark.
Gets a break on the call of that first pitch. Looked to be a strike on our Fox tracks.
Calls the slider off the plate a strike.
So it evens up. Changeup. Only one other day game. That was back in the East. Philadelphia beat Miami 3-1. Some of the Eastern games just starting. Cardinals go from here to Los Angeles. They play tomorrow night, the first of 4 over the weekend. In the dirt. Padres with the off day, and then Colorado for 3. The Rockies, those young kids continue to hit well. Chris Carpenter.
Chris Carpenter likes to go sans hat when he's not pitching. And I'm kind of jealous of Chris because see that full head of hair he's got, but yet he elects to shave it down to the number 1. The number 1 guard.
Struck him out. That's number 6 for Loesch. Brings up Cameron Maben. He grounded to short his first time. And again, Maben's got a big target on the right side of the infield between the first baseman Craig holding on the runner and Descalso, who's over near second base.
There's that hole you're talking about right there, Dick. Hey, a ground ball to the right fielder would be nice.
He's a strike throwing machine, Kyle Loesch. Working on a winning streak of 8 in a row. To build his overall season mark to 14-2. Stays away from Maben the first 2 pitches, 2-0. Oh, the 2013 Major League Baseball schedule was released today. So we'll talk about that and some of the teams that will be visiting here, including the New York Yankees are going to play here next August. In the dirt, 3-0. The season will open on the road in New York against the Mets. The home opener against the Dodgers April 9th. Interleague games here at Petco with the Mariners, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Yankees.
No fooling. We play the Mets. Start the season.
April 1st. That's right. And the Padres will play in Boston next year. High strike. 3-1. I think that's going to be on the 4th of July.
4th of July in Boston. You are correct, sir.
That will be a celebratory game. Alonso at first. 3-1 coming up to Maben. Couldn't get out of the way. That tried to check his swing.
It looked like a changeup, a 3-1 changeup to Maben.
That was the 61st pitch from Loesch. Exactly the same number that Clayton Richard has thrown in the game. Both men very efficient. There it is to right field, slicing away from the right fielder and falling in the corner. There goes Alonso to third, gets away from right fielder Carpenter. Alonso being waved home. He will score, and Maben into third. It's 2-0 San Diego. So Maben does go the other way. Didn't need the hole on the diamond. He found one in the right field corner.
Well, I'm hoping that they give Cameron Maben a triple on this one. This ball kind of checks up on Carpenter. One bounce, two bounce.
They're going to call it a double and E9. And no RBI. So that's unfortunate for Maben. As the run comes home on the air by Carpenter in right field. So 2-0. That'll draw the infield in with Alexi Amarista, the batter. Need a fly ball here to add on.
Guys, seeing Yonder Alonso going from first to home, and he came in the dugout, and you know things are going well because he's joking about his speed or lack thereof, having fun with his teammates. Things are going well for the Padres.
Tough to carry that Steinway around the bases. One strike. Amarista flied to center the first time. Padres would be just fine with a repeat of that.
You know, Dick, I don't mind him carrying the Steinway. It's him stopping in between the bases and playing a song to tune it.
Maben at third, one out. Here's the contact play. And a foul. You saw Maben take a good lead. He was moving forward as Amarista took a swing.
He's gassed. And Gum's getting a workout.
Leadoff single Alonso, and he comes around on the double in the air by right fielder Carpenter. Now the count, 2 strikes on Amarista. Needs to protect the plate. Reaches out. Soft fly ball. That's not deep enough. Holiday out the line. Maben bluffs, and the throw comes in. Well, Clayton Richard, who has 6 runs batted in, will have a chance to add to the lead.
Hey, if you're Kyle Loesch right here, don't shut your toolbox, right? Clayton Richard, you can put the bat on the ball. He's done some damage this year.
In fact, the two pitchers, Loesch is 5 for 56 and Richard is 5 for 61. But Clayton's got 6 RBIs.
You know, I've been down there on the field before the game and watching the pitchers hit. I'm just waiting for the day for this guy to hit a home run.
No, he's going to hit one, isn't
he? He put some weight in right field, well above the walkway in right field.
2 outs with Maben at third. Out in front of a changeup. 2-0 Padres. A chance for Clayton Richard to add to that lead.
Hey, Dick, this is where Clayton Richard puts home runs during batting practice. Up above that walkway right there. With some authority now.
Yeah, it takes some muscle. Matt Latos was the long ball hitting pitcher last year here. Check swing, and that's a strike. Clayton said, "Did I go, or did you call that a strike?" Pops him up. Foul territory. Watch out, Molina. And he slides down the steps safely. No injury. It wasn't high enough for him to get over to the lip of the dugout and make the play. So Richard's still alive.
Just not up in the air long enough. And a late start also for Molina. But a good effort from the Cardinal catcher.
Didn't miss by much. Count remains 2 strikes. Struck him out. 7 strikeouts for Loesch, but the Padres add with a single by Alonso, double Maben, and the air in right field gives San Diego a 2-0 advantage. Logan Forsythe with his 5th home run of the year, a solo shot, and Cameron Maben combining with Alonso. And an error in right field to give the Padres and Clayton Richard a 2-0 lead as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Leadoff man John Jay, followed by Carpenter and Holiday for St. Louis. Jay has grounded twice to the right side. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Reminder that Sunday will be Military Day here at Petco Park.
Wow, I think that's a military dog there. Inspection or something like that. Wearing the vest, wearing the patches.
2-1 to Jay. Clayton has walked only 1. Struck out 3. The only hit, Carpenter's single in the 1st inning.
Hey, now that's a fedora. That's a good looking hat right there.
I wonder how long it takes to grow hair.
I'll never know. Looks like Kid Rock in the house.
2-2 to Jay. Up the middle. Cabrera can't get there. Jay bounces one through the center of the diamond for the 2nd St. Louis hit. Here comes the man with the other, Matt Carpenter.
That ball is like a super ball through that infield. Hitting off the dirt in front of home plate, and then that bounce off the dirt around second base just scooted into center field.
And even though Richard is 6'4", couldn't quite get up the ladder and glove that one. And Carpenter single. Just a little soft fly ball over the shortstop Cabrera's head back in the first inning. Stabs at that and bunts it foul. Clayton Richard trying to reach the 13-win mark with a victory today. Jay leads St. Louis in steals, 17. One and one. Dodgers are in Arizona tonight to complete that 3-game series. San Francisco plays in Colorado this evening. Giants start today 6 ahead of the Dodgers. 1-2 to Carpenter.
You know, you look at Clayton Richard, Dick, you just mentioned he's going for win number 13. And according to my calculations, which could be off, which is a pretty good chance. He started it this year. There was one point he was 2-7. I mean, that's battling back.
Yeah, he's just really shouldered with all the injuries to the starting pitchers. He and Volquez shouldering the load.
There's the long ball by Carpenter, and the game is tied as Matt Carpenter's 5th home run of the year, a shot to deep right field. And there's the one weakness of Clayton Richard's game this year, the home run ball. That's the 26th he's given up. That's 3rd most in the National League. So St. Louis ties it as Carpenter rips one to right.
Well, he had him in the hole, 1 and 2. It looked like a cutter or a breaking ball, and it leaked right over the heart of the plate. Talk about the sound of the ball off the bat. Oof. Yeah, Grandal was set up down and away, and he didn't get it there.
So a new game here in the 6th inning as Carpenter ties it up. Here's Matt Holliday. And that's only the 2nd home run by a left-handed hitter against Richard this year. 24 have come from the right side. 2-0.
I want to take note where Yasmani Grandal's glove is, and look where he has to reach for it. He's set up in the outside corner. That ball is middle in. A lot of left-handers like it middle in. And he connected.
That was right in his swing groove, wasn't it? 3-1.
Oh, off Richard right to Forsythe, and the 1-4-3 putout.
And Holliday will rip that shot back through the mound. Hopefully Richard's okay. Where'd that get him?
I'm more worried about the baseball. Hitting Clayton Richard. Well, it looked like it might have got him on the maybe the shoe. It was hit so sharply, really tough to tell. Looks like he's okay though. See, they threw that baseball out. He's going to get looked. That ball's going to get looked at by Todd Hutchison.
Put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
Looked like it hit him on the leg.
Yeah, like the shin, maybe the side of the maybe back part, calf.
Alan Craig takes a strike. He's popped to second and struck out. So a single by Jay, bouncer up the middle. Line drive home run Carpenter, and a shot back into the box by Matt Holliday. And now 1-1 Alan Craig. Totals identical. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error aside. Umpires behind the screen here trying to help out Lance Barrett. Can't get closer than that. Pulled to third. Headley fires to Alonso for the second out. Brings up Yadier Molina.
It's all about adjusting, right? The bad pitch to Matt Carpenter to tie it up. And 2 quick outs, which is a good sign for Clayton Richard.
Molina safe on Forsythe's throwing error at second, and he grounded to short. Oh. 1-1. Trevor Hoffman in the audience. Change up. Right on cue.
Yeah.
Richard throws the changeup as we cut from Trevor Hoffman to the action.
Nothing but off-speed pitches. This at bat to Molina, and way out in front, he's having difficulty catching up to that pitch.
Hoffman's got her engaged. I think she might be buying some land about 50 miles east of Vegas. In the dirt, 2-2.
Let's see, 50 miles east of Vegas. You're talking Elko? I don't even know where Elko
Cactus.
is.
I just whatever's out there. Desert, cactus. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 as Richard, after giving up the 2-run homer, battles back. It's tied at 2. Have dominated, but Logan Forsythe gave the Padres a 1-0 lead with his 5th home run of the year. Cameron Maben with a shot into the right field corner when Carpenter couldn't come up with it cleanly. Alonso able to score from first base to make it 2-0, but Matt Carpenter follows John Jay single with a long home run to right in the top of this inning, the 6th, and it's tied at 2. Top of the order, Everett Cabrera's flied to left, and he struck out. 7 strikeouts for Kyle Loesch. No walks. He does not have a complete game this year with his 14-2 record. Watch out. Bat flies into the crowd, and fortunately right on the aisle where people were able to bail away.
Chances are it's a changeup. A lot of hitters, they'll try to go out and get that changeup, get that pitch, and their hands come off the bat. Well, that's a foul bat.
Fans going to keep the bet, and we'll guess, making sure everything's okay. 2 strikes on Cabrera. Ooh, good looking pitch.
Yeah, I think he got squeezed on that one. Good looking slider from Loesch.
Will Venable, then Chase Headley for the Padres here in the last of the 6th inning.
Here's that last pitch. A pitcher's pitch.
How can that not be called a strike? Well, it was, according to Fox Track, borderline, barely catching the lower portion of the strike zone. Southland Technology bringing you that very informative graphic. Check swing foul. The Arizona Instructional League opened yesterday. So some of the young kids going down Peoria. 46 players for the Padres will participate. Struck him out. Another off speed, and that's 8 strikeouts for Kyle Loesch. Twice he's gotten Cabrera.
And what do you know? Another changeup.
Will Venable, a long out to right, and he flied to left his last at bat. That's a strike. Bill Center in the UT. Nice little feature on the combination right field of Denorfia and Venable as they platoon, and together their combination is hitting .279 with 15 homers. So getting good production out of that right field spot. As Venable starts against right-handers and Denorfia against lefties.
I think a lot of that success comes from those 2 players, Dick, realizing what their role is. It's part of all the the team concept. Pitching in when you can.
And knowing that if you don't start, you're probably going to get into the game
right
late as a pinch hitter or defensive change. 1-2 to Will. Pulled fair, and Craig will take it to the bag himself for the 2nd out.
Hey, this week on Fox NFL Sunday, the Buccaneers take on the Giants as New York looks to bounce back from a tough opening day loss. Or the Vikings take on the Colts, Saints, Panthers, or Cardinals, Patriots. Also, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones's Cowboys, battle the Seahawks with Dallas looking to stay unbeaten following their opening day win. Or the Redskins take on the Rams. Coverage begins this week with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Here's Headley. Pulls it foul. Cowboys, that won't be an easy game for them up in Seattle.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are tough at home. Headley up twice, has struck out twice. Two tie here in the 6th. Clayton Richard matching tosses with Kyle Loesch. Pondering that one that got away from him that Carpenter punished for a home run.
Well, this is one of those situations. 2-1, hitters count. Headley looking for something in that zone he could turn on, but Loesch, he'll counter with that changeup. Fastball.
90, and I think he's reached 91 has been his top.
But look at the location of that one. That was pinpoint control on the inner part of the plate, just up a little bit.
Right back 2-2. Changeup. Line drive into the right field corner. Fair ball just inside the line. Carpenter digs it out, and Headley's into second base with a double. Measured perfectly by Chase Headley.
It looked like a changeup again, but this one stays up. It stays out over the plate. And you can see how far in front Chase Headley makes contact. And that may have just kicked up a little bit of paint, a little chalk on that line. That was very close. Oh, 2-out thunder for San Diego.
Chance for Grandal to give the Padres the lead. Take it back. Off speed, ball one. Curveball. Grandal has popped to short and grounded to third, so he's gone the other way both at bats. Fastball on the inside edge. Two-out double from Chase Headley. Tie-breaking run out there at second. One and two.
Great movement on the two-seam fastball. Good to see Edson Volquez finally getting to the double digits, evening his record last night to 10-10.
Inside, and it's 2-2 on Grandal. Deuces are wild. A 2-2 tie. 2-2 on Grandal with 2 out. Grandal asks for time. Yonder Alonso on deck. So Logan Forsythe in the hole. Off speed low.
Really
good discipline there.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, Dick, great recognition of that off-speed pitch. They've seen a lot of the changeup out of the hand of Kyle Loesch. Maybe starting to recognize it now. It's the third time around for Yasmani Grandal.
So full count on the Padre catcher. Line drive, base hit. Carpenter plays it on a hop. Here comes Headley. He scores. The Padres are back in front 3-2. A good at bat by Yasmani Grandal.
He's certainly battled, and I think it goes back to pitch recognition, laying off the changeup. But Loesch, he went back to that changeup, stayed back on it nicely. That one didn't seem to have enough dip to it, bite to it as the previous changeups. And with 2 outs, the crack of the bat, Headley is off and running and scores.
Another run for Headley, who leads that category as well for the Padres. In fact, he's set all-time highs now in most runs scored, most walks, most home runs, most RBIs. Well, the Padres battle back after seeing Matt Carpenter tied with a 2-run homer in the top half of the 6th inning. Alonso takes ball 2. I guess with these two University of Miami players in the middle of the lineup hitting back to back, they're in the eye of the hurricane, these two.
That's
are they not?
so good.
If you take the lineup as the,
I like your thinking.
Hit to left. Holiday coming in and makes the catch. But with 2 outs, Headley doubles off the chalk and right, and Grandal delivers. Look at this swing by the rookie Grandal. It's 3-2.
7th inning. Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. When we see in the postgame show, got to talk about the job Clayton Richard's doing on his 29th birthday. Very efficient with his pitches, Mark.
Got a lot on his mind and a lot on his plate, but he is being efficient. He's going with his fastball, elevating that, which I love. He's done, and he's also mixing in some pitches. He's got that late movement in the zone, producing a lot of ground balls, too.
Got himself a new baby boy to boot, and he is pitching like a new dad should. When we see in the post-game show, we'll talk about that. We'll also have our instructional, how to hit for power, as Mark Sweeney spoke with one of the hitting coaches, Alonzo Powell, and you'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black. We'll see you after the last out of the game.
All right, Mike and Mark to follow the action here at Petco. David Freese leads off for the Cardinals here in the 7th inning. He is struck out and grounded out. Typical Clayton Richard when he's on his game. Ground ball outs, 11 of them this afternoon.
Boy, Freese likes that high fastball, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. He struck out on one back in the 2nd. Bullpen busy now for the Cardinals. We saw Rosenthal last night. Trevor Rosenthal. He struck out the side in 1 inning of pitching. Mike Matheny anticipating that the pitcher spot might come up, due 4th in this inning. Descalzo, Cosma to follow. And the count now 3-2 to David Freese. 89 pitches now for Clayton Richard. Line drive at shortstop Cabrera for the first out. Brought him to his knees to make the grab. Daniel Descalzo has grounded out twice. Breaking ball misses. Ball 1. Again, the Padres have not swept a series against St. Louis in 17 years.
Wow.
In fact, having won the first 2 games of this 3-game set, it's the first time they've taken a series in 6 years against the Cardinals, who swept the Padres back in St. Louis early in the year. Falls behind 3-0 to the light hitting Descalzo. He's one of the few in the lineup for the Cardinals that not hitting around 300, batting just .225.
Well, that family there, Padre fans and Cardinal fans.
Lays in a strike. 3-1. Oh, that got Grandal. Full count. Oh. He's taken some wicked foul tips in this series. Todd Hutchison, the trainer, comes out. Off the instep.
Yeah. You know, that ankle area, it's got the that little pad that kind of wraps around it a little bit, but still. That hurts.
So a full count with 1 out on Descalzo. Bases empty. It's 3-2.
Hey, Dick, college football returns to Fox Sports San Diego Saturday. Get ready for kickoff when the Aggies, Texas A&M, goes head-to-head against the Mustangs of SMU.
The Ponies.
Yeah, college football has arrived, folks. Coverage begins Saturday, 12:30 on your home for college football, Fox Sports San Diego.
They would have had the Chippewas of Central Michigan, but it were idle this weekend.
Oh, okay. How'd they do last weekend?
Michigan State came in and fouled back.
It was a packed house, though, in Mount Pleasant, wasn't it?
The all-time crowd, over 35,000. They had to bring in temporary bleachers.
Love it.
It was a great scene, terrific buzz. But Michigan State, they never were much for being good at partying. They ruin the party. Oh. Descalzo takes one in the hip pocket. That's not what Clayton Richard has in mind with a 3-2 game.
Yeah, that one just gets away. I tell you what, that's a sensitive area right by the kidneys in the back. Ouch.
Would have been better down a little lower, a little more padding there. And that caught him right in the lower rib cage. That brings Aaron Balsley out of the dugout to talk with Richard. Padres bullpen is is busy. Vincent, the right-hander, Lane, the left-hander. So with one out, tying run Descalzo at first base, hit by a pitch, and Cosma has grounded out and walked the shortstop, and then the pitcher's spot.
Well, pretty good line right there for Clayton Richard. Only one walk. Now the hit batsman. Time to regroup. You saw that Forsythe and Cabrera going in there to find out who they have on the double play ball hit back to the pitcher.
22 and 15 against those teams, all playoff contenders.
Wow.
Terrific.
Yep.
Strike. Stephen Hill, catcher, is in the on deck circle. Apparently will be the hitter for Loesch. Fly ball, center field, harmless. Maben for the second out. And Hill will be introduced as the pinch hitter. That'll end Kyle Loesch's afternoon. He won't win his 15th game unless Hill comes through with something dramatic. So 2 outs, Descalzo at first base, and we'll check Hill's numbers on the season. Well, he's just been called up. He's 2 for 8. A single and a double since coming up from Memphis. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Smothered foul. Wisely, Chase Headley lets that kick foul. And there's 2 strikes now on Hill. Rosenthal continues to throw in the bullpen for the Cardinals, so apparently we'll see the fireballing young right-hander. 22 years of age. In the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 strikes the count. There goes the runner. He went around. Strike 3. No play at second. Richard strikes out. Hill on a check swing. 5 strikeouts for the Padre lefty. We go to the stretch half of the 7th. inning here at Petco Park. A slow-moving Wednesday afternoon. Our next telecast here on Fox Sports San Diego, Friday night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. It'll be Andrew Kashner going against Tyler Chatwood, who is 4-4 for the Rockies. We're going to see their young arms, Colorado, as they're building toward their future. Then on Saturday, Casey Kelly will be matched up against Drew Pomerantz, and Sunday, Andrew Warner and Alex White. There's Kelly with Kashner. They'll see duty next. Forsythe with a home run and a strikeout. We'll look at the probables. Here are the matchups. And don't forget Friday night fireworks after the game. Hopefully Kashner will provide some during. And Pomerantz against Kelly. Pre-game, Jerry Coleman. Strike two. And Sunday, Military Day, we salute the U.S. Air Force as Forsythe called out on strikes, and that's the fourth out by Trevor Rosenthal in the series, all 4 strikeouts. His 11th game. You see 16, now 17 strikeouts in 14 innings.
Yeah, he's got a good live arm. Fastball. He can get up to 99 now. Slider, curve, and a change.
Oh, he just ripped that one right through the swing of Maven. 95. Native of Missouri. Lee's Summit, Missouri. High hopper. Shortstop has to hurry, and it's there in plenty of time. Cosmo across to Craig. 2 away.
That was a nice exchange for Cosmo.
Yeah, that ball was going to kick on him.
Yeah. He kind of backed up on a little bit, played that second hop. How you doing? And threw a strike over to first base for the out.
Well, you can check out the Fox Sports San Diego girls, Natalie, Katie, and Brittany. Update your status and follow them online as they keep you posted on what's happening in San Diego sports. Easy. Like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Your all-access pass is just a click away. Amarista has flied twice to the outfield. Grounds this one up the middle and smothered by Descalzo, who throws him out. Good play by the Cardinals second baseman to take a hit away from Amarista. Padres go quickly in order in the 7th. On to the 8th. San Diego 3, St. Louis 2. Game, and it's Clayton Richard on his 29th birthday, allowing only 3 hits. Burned just once. That was the home run by Matt Carpenter that accounts for the 2 St. Louis runs. Gave up a single to Carpenter in the 1st, a single to Jay in the 6th, and then Carpenter's home run. That was it. 103 pitches, 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman, and 5 strikeouts for Clayton Richard. 6 outs away from celebrating his 29th birthday with a win.
A great outing for the Wolverine. And now he'll hand it over to Tommy Lane, the other left-hander out of the bullpen for the Padres, doing a fine job. Well, last night he pitched a third of an inning. He came in the 8th.
Walked Carlos Beltran. He struck out Jay, but he had, remember, that was that fluke little fly ball behind the mound that he couldn't catch for an error.
Yep. That runner was left stranded in that 8th inning.
Dale Thayer takes over in the bullpen. He gets loose. He might well be called upon to close it out should we get to that situation. First pitch is a strike to John Jay. He bounced a single to center field in the 6th and came home on Carpenter's long home run to right. Inside, 1-1. That ball didn't break much. I gave you the line on Clayton Richard. We'll give you Kyle Loesch's numbers after this pitch. 2-1. Loesch went 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 5 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. And listen to this. He threw 93 pitches. Only 27 were balls.
I believe it.
Oh, watch out. That almost got the on deck hitter, Matt Carpenter. We heard a sound. It could have been the padding there behind home plate, but Carpenter's going to take some extra distance now. He didn't try. It's a wonder that on deck hitters aren't clipped more often. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Grandal will have to record the out at first base. One away.
Saturday, it's another great week of college football action on Fox. First, Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington get you ready for kickoff with the Fox College Saturday pregame show. Then, Heisman Trophy frontrunner Matt Barkley and second-ranked USC head to Palo Alto for their toughest test yet as they take on the 21st-ranked Stanford Cardinal in the Pac-12 opener for both teams. Coverage on Fox College Football begins at Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Another left-handed hitter, and that's why Tommy Lane's in there. Carpenter has 2 of the 3 hits today for St. Louis, the single in the first and the line drive home run. Hits this one toward Amarista. Might have a play there in the left field corner, and does in foul territory. 2 away. And a right-handed hitter, Holiday, comes up. See if manager Black is going to stay with Lane in this situation. Nope, here he comes. So Lane in there to get the 2 left-handed hitters out. Well done. Gets Jay to strike out and Carpenter to fly out. And Black will go to the bullpen with 2 outs, no one on, and Matt Holiday, the hitter for St. Louis. Sunday, the Padres will salute the U.S. Air Force. Their Appreciation Day presented by USAA. The Rockies will complete the 3-game series over the weekend. Enjoy a pregame ceremony. And following the game, you kids 14 and younger invited down on the field to run the bases at Petco. So get your tickets now at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. 3 with Colorado. Very attractive games and the events that surround those 3 games. So I hope you've made your plans. Thayer to Holiday, swung on and missed, trying to tie it with one swing, and 95-mile-an-hour fastball got by him. Holiday is grounded to second, popped to second, and smashed one back through the middle that went off Richard Karam to the second baseman Forsythe for a 1-4-3 putout. Cardinal bullpen active, and Mark Zepchinski getting loose. 2-1 to Holiday. Broken bat, roller to second. Forsythe to first. Inning over. So the combination of Tommy Lane and Dale Thayer retire the Cardinals in order in the 8th. It's still 3-2.
Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go.
Great day to be out in the ocean, trying to catch the waves.
I can see you hanging 10 out there, Professor.
Yeah, I never got into that. You know, it just it was tough in Michigan. You know, you just
not a lot of Whitecaps out
well,
there.
You got the Great Lakes, but it's just not the nice big waves, choppy stuff. Well, here's the human eye chart. Mark Zepchinski grew up and played his youth ball up in Orange County and attended UC Riverside. 27-year-old southpaw, and Guzman pinch hitting, doesn't waste any time, swings at the first offering and grounds out to third. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, the Cardinals will have the middle of their order, Craig, Molina, and Freeze, against whomever is brought in from the bullpen. It looks like it'll be Luke Gregerson again, and Gregerson extending himself last night. He didn't get just 3 outs in the 9th. He was asked to get the final 5 outs and saving his 6th game.
Yeah, Luke threw about maybe 26, 28 pitches last night in that relief effort. He should be good to go.
Cabrera hits right-handed for the first time. Batting left, fly to left, and struck out twice. Venable on deck, but we might see Denorfia bat for him. Padres leading at 3-2, trying to sweep the Cardinals. Padres start today, they're only 2.5 games behind third place Arizona. Yeah. And only 6.5 behind the Dodgers, who are in the running for a wild card. Dodgers in Arizona tonight in Phoenix.
We've seen some crazy things happen in this game of baseball.
1-1. Zepchinski came over to the Cardinals from Toronto last year. There's a look at the NL West standings at the start today. Up the middle to his left is Kozma. Throws out Cabrera. A couple of ground outs from Zepchinski. And that'll bring up Will Venable. He will hit. Well, Fox Sports San Diego brings you high school football as well as college and pros. Watch as the nation's top teams compete on the big stage. Saturday, it's the National High School Game of the Week when New Jersey's Bergen Catholic takes on Nevada's Bishop Gorman. High school football on Fox Sports San Diego. Venable, a long out to the auxiliary scoreboard and right his first time up, fly to left and grounded to first base. One and one.
Well, Zepchinski's a ground ball specialist from the left side. He'll throw mid-90s. He'll live around 90, 192, but the fastball slider, pretty much 2 pitches that he throws. Keeps the ball down in the zone really well.
He was involved in that trade that sent Colby Rasmus to the Blue Jays last year. Rasmus having a good season up in Canada. And the count levels at 2-2. That trade involved Octavio Dotel, Edwin Jackson, Corey Patterson, and Zepchinski for Colby Rasmus, Brian Tallett, and Trevor Miller. Reaches out, punches a fly ball into shallow center, but Jay is there to make the catch. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Zepchinski to the top of the ninth. The Padres lead it 3-2. And so to the top of the ninth, and the Padres ask Luke Gregerson to save it again with Houston Street still on the shelf. Gregerson got 5 outs last night, earning his 6th save. And he's got to face the tough middle of the St. Louis order here in the 9th inning. All 3 men with home run power. Craig with 20, Molina with 18, Freese with 19.
Yeah, he faced 7 hitters last night. Came in the 8th inning, he walked Beltran, then 2 outs. In the 9th inning, he faced 4 hitters, surrendered a single, and walked away with his 6th save.
Street, you saw him there briefly leading the Padres in saves. And then it's saved by committee for Bud Black, with 7 saves for Thayer and 6 for Gregerson. Tommy Lane with a couple of saves. Craig popped up, struck out, and grounded to third. All against Clayton Richard. Just a little patch of sunlight out in right center field now, although right fielder Venable still looking into the sun. To the glove of Grandal, ball 1. Fastball.
Playing him in the outfield to go the other way, and in right field, very deep. Will Venable, not far from the warning track out there.
On the inside corner. Slider. One and 2. Another slider. This is the top hitting team in the National League, and the Padre pitching with Clayton Richard going 7 has allowed only 3 hits today. Pull just foul.
Oof. You know, the last two sliders for Luke Gregerson have been in the hot zone for Alan Craig. He's got to get that slider down and away. He knows that.
Wouldn't chase that slider off the plate. 2 and 2. Molina next. And the count full. Rubbing a wrinkle into the baseball. Luke Gregerson hoping to massage a strike out of this next delivery. Line drive, base hit into the left field corner. Craig's on his way for 2, and he'll ease his way into second base with a leadoff double. Gregerson had to come in with something good. 3 and 2. Tying run in scoring position with no one out here in the 9th. The 4th Cardinal hit.
Well, it's his money pitch, the slider, and it's the 3rd slider that's caught too much of the plate, and Craig keeps this one fair.
Adron Chambers is the pinch runner. And here's Yadier Molina. 0 for 3 today. Was safe on Forsythe's throwing error back in the 2nd inning. No damage done. Well, they played a tie. 1-3 on the sacrifice as Chambers moves to third. Oh, the home run hitting Molina gives himself up. And here's David Freese. He struck out, grounded out, and lined to short.
Well, last night he had David Freese. Luke Gregerson is to ground to shortstop for the second out in the 9th inning last night.
Infield draws in. Headley and Cabrera left side. Forsythe and Alonso on the right side. They'll try to choke off the run at the plate. Ground ball. Headley backhands, holds the runner at third, throws him out. 2 away. Quick hands to the backhand for Headley.
See how quickly Chambers gets back to the bag. Well, he was off the bat quite a bit, but the sure out over at first base. Luke Gregerson got his ground ball. Nice job by Headley going to his right.
Pinch hitter is Carlos Beltran, hitting for Descalso. Beltran, who leads these Cardinals in home runs. 29 on the season. Down to the final out. Tying run at third for the Cardinals. He can punish a mistake. Outside, ball 1. Strikes out a lot, 111 times this year. His power from the left side as he's hitting now. 2-0.
He might not get much to hit here.
Pete Kozma is due next. But Matheny has a lot of options.
Sure.
Three 3-0. Nothing close to a strike yet. Cardinals have the tying run 90 feet away, 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Skip Schumacher looks like he's going to be strolling up the home plate if Beltran walks here.
Ooh, in the dirt, and Grandal saved the tying run. So a 4-pitch walk. Beltran is on. And they're going to introduce Skip Schumacher. He's a tough out. Makes contact. Schumacher hitting a solid 290. Balsley and the infield with Gregerson and Grandal to talk over how they want to pitch to Schumacher.
Yeah, they go to those scouting reports as Buddy's on the phone to the bullpen to find out what's going on out there with Jimmy Jones. But just a little refresher course against Schumacher. In the pinch this year for Skip, 5 for 22.
No one was throwing in the bullpen, but with that call, 2 of the Padre relievers jumping up in a hurry, Joe Thatcher being one of them and Nick Vincent the other. Pitcher's spot is due next. We'll see another pinch hitter should the action continue. So, heavy theater. We're going to have a pinch runner. Shane Robinson will run for Beltran. Craig the tying run at third. Robinson the go-ahead run at first base in the Cardinal 9th inning. 2 out. And Schumacher, the pinch hitter, steps in. Right. Schumacher doesn't strike out much. He's fanned only 44 times all year. as a pinch hitter. Decent, but not great. 5 for 22.
And sometimes the calls go your way. It looks like Luke Gregerson got a call on that first pitch slider, according to our Fox tracks.
Spotted on the black. 1-1. Another good stop by Grandal. He's made a couple of saves here in the 9th inning with that tying run at third.
Always have to anticipate that slider in the dirt. That one bounces close enough to the glove to where it goes right in the center of the chest. Squares up those chests. That chest rather keeps that ball right in front of him. You know, it's one thing blocking that ball, but you never know what that ball's going to hit. The equipment might go to your right or left.
Pinch runners Chambers at third and Robinson at first. And the action pitch, 2-1 coming up. The pinch hitter Schumacher. In there. Again, just on the edge.
It's the backdoor slider.
Nice framing by Grandal. Down to the final strike. 2-2 the count. Fans on their feet here at Petco. The duel between Gregerson on the mound and the pinch hitter Schumacher. Ground ball to first. Alonso has it. The ball game is over, and the Padres have swept the St. Louis Cardinals. And this incredible second half performance of San Diego continues. The first time in 17 years. The broom is out. The Padres sweep out St. Louis. How about that, Michael?
Fantastic, as St. Louis has now lost 8 of their last 9 on the road. But the postgame show is all about your Padres. And when we see in just a couple of moments, you'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black. We'll go over the day that Clayton Richard had and how to hit for power, our instructional.